Oh my goodness. Yes, it is true. I can't believe it. I'm sitting here thinking, how is it possible? How is it possible that I turned 50 years old today? Oh my goodness. Man, thank you for all the birthday wishes today. This is a bonus edition to the Impact Show because, listen, you only turn 50 once. And someone's going to say tomorrow, you don't look a day over 50. Well, thank you very much. I'll just thank you all in advance. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. And I want to share 5 thoughts today because one thing about birthdays, and we all love birthdays. I don't care if it's your 10th birthday, your 25th birthday, your 50th, your 75th, is you feel like the most special, celebrated person on the planet on your birthday. And I want to give kudos to my mom, Muffy, down in Florida. I know she's listening in, and without our mothers, it would never happen. And, of course, my late father, Paul Durkin, he left this planet too early. I was just 20 years old when my dad died, and he was age 58. He was 58, way too young when he passed away. But without our parents, we would never be on this planet. So a special shout out to mom and dad today on this 50th birthday. I can't even believe I'm saying that. It's like, man, I used to think 50 was old. Now I'm like, man, 50's young. 50's pretty darn young. I'm feeling, are there days where you feel like you're 18 still? And are there days in the same moment you feel like you're 80? Well, some days that's how I feel. Like there's days I'm like, man, I am feeling good today. And then there's days I'm like, whoo, I got to get my mind right. So here's what we got. My 5 thoughts on turning 50. Number 1, this is going to be rapid fire. It is Sunday, March the 21st. And first one is mindset of halftime. You talk about get your mind right. It's halftime, my friends. Almost halftime. Now, I have stated before that I'm going to live till I'm 110 years old. 2082 is when I'm going to die. So I'm not even at halftime yet. But as I approach halftime of life, I want to just say, when you think about halftime, what happens at halftime? The best coaches in the world make their modifications, their edits, their tweaks to the game plan at halftime of a game. So as I approach halftime is right now, we'll say, is I'm so excited for the second half because typically the best teams in the world play strong in the second half, and the second half of my life is going to be better than the first half of my life because the best is yet to come. So I'm in the mindset that this is the start of halftime, and between now and the next several years, because again, I'll be living to 110 years old, so the next few years, I'm in halftime getting ready for a strong second half. Number 2, at age 50, I'm more in coach mode and mentality than player mode and mentality. What do I mean by that? I was thinking about this as I was getting ready for this bonus edition of the Impact Show, is more in coach mentality. What does it mean to be in coach mentality? Remember this. Most of us who are coaches, trainers, people who influence others as parents, you're in coach mode. There's many times where I'm still in player mode. Where I still think like I can run a 4.6 40, or I could still lift 350 pounds on the bench press, or I can do some Herculean physical efforts. And I probably could if I had to, or if Strong Season 2 called up and said, hey, TD, we need you. I'd be like, I'll be the host, please. Or, whatever it is, I'll host that. But coach mode is this. I believe the best coaches have the ability to impact people way deeper than just being a player sometimes. And I really embrace the coach mentality, the coach responsibility, and the coach opportunities these days. I've shared that here, even in my mastermind I do for the Todd Durkin Mastermind Program. These are for fit pros. Is that I'm really excited for the next several years to do the deepest, most profound coaching on how to carve up and craft up the best aspects of people's lives, because now I get a chance to really impart my wisdom, 25 plus years as a coach and as a trainer and a business owner into other people who have big dreams and visions as well. The third aspect, my third thought is this: at age 50, your fitness regime, your routine definitely changes. Like where vanity used to always play a much larger role, it's much less of a role these days at age 50. Now, let's not be forget. the arm farm is always going to be important. Let's make sure we all know that. Of course, vanity always plays a role, but nothing more important than your overall health, starting from the inside. I like to think now that recovery has played a much bigger role in my training. I can't recover like I did when I was 20 or 25 or even 30. But when you dial in your nutrition, your supplement routine, and your hydration, and your foam rolling and stretching more than ever, I think training from the inside out is important. Heck, even more recently, I've been doing a lot more corrective exercises, what I call a GOSCU type exercises, to make sure that, again, getting things aligned and making sure you feel good, because you want to feel good. You want to get everything all working in sync, because it always doesn't feel like it's in sync, right? Can I get an amen on that? But training from the inside out, when I talk about health overall in the fitness regime, I'm also talking mindset, of making sure you get your mind right. How many times have you heard me talk about motion is lotion and movement is medicine? I use movement now as medicine, as a medicinal effect to get the mind right. So when I'm doing my fasted cardio early in the morning before the sun comes up, it really is just to make sure that the mind is one thing. I learned this when I was a 35-year-old trainer training some young athletes at the time. Is this, and it was a guy by the name of Derek Smith, who is a linebacker, old Smitty. And Smitty said this. He said, when you're young, your body is beautiful and your brain is mush. And when you're at the end of your career, your brain is beautiful and your body is mush. And peak performance happens somewhere in between. And I loved it then, and I love it now, because guess what? I'm somewhere in between. I'm somewhere in between, right? At age 50, I'm somewhere in between, where the body is feeling good and the brain is feeling great. And peak performance happens somewhere in between. Why? Because the wisdom, when you've been around the block a few times, I often say I've seen most of the things I think I can possibly see, but the wisdom and the experience now tells me that training 5, 6, 7 days a week, movement is imperative if you want your health to be great. And movement is only one aspect of health, because you have to have your diet, your nutrition dialed in also. Number 4 of my 5 thoughts on my birthday is, it's less about you these days than ever before. As a father and as a husband, I used to think, at age 30, I'd be working 7 days a week. And now nothing brings me more joy than to watch my 3 kids play in sports. I'm really reveling with the dad hat more than ever. Getting a chance to watch McKenna, even this afternoon here on my birthday, getting a chance to watch McKenna play soccer is, I absolutely love, where I could just relax and watch her run, and to look at the fluidity of a gazelle running. I'm like, man, her knees look so beautiful just running, and she's fast. And then, to watch Luke and Brady right now competing in high school football, to think, man, I used to be able to move like that. I used to be able to throw like that, and to remember some of the finest aspects of being in the moment. And as a dad and as a husband, I really realize that it's less about me. It's less about me and more about the family. And I love that. I cherish that. And I even today on my birthday, I'm so excited to spend time with the family and have a family dinner tonight. All you parents out there can understand, you appreciate time more than anything else. And I learned that from my father, who came back into my life at the age of 10. My mom and dad were divorced when I was 5. Age 10, he came back into my life, and between 10 and 20, I had a window of time where my father taught me the value of time. And although I only had those 10 precious years of him being so impactful in my life, those 10 years impacted my last 50 years, as at least the last 18 as a father, and the last 20 as a husband, about the importance of time. And lastly, my 5th and final point for today on this episode is this: the mentality, the mindset is the best is yet to come. The best is yet to come. I believe this. Each and every one of you listening in today, I don't care how old you are, whether you're 20, whether you're 35, whether you're 50, or whether you're 80, I believe we all need something to look forward to. We all need a dream, and I call it the impossible dream. What's your impossible dream? We all need a dream that's going to get the juices flowing, that's going to get us alive, and not just a birthday where you feel great because it's your birthday like I feel today on this Sunday the 21st, but like on your birthday, you feel great. But how do you have a dream that gets your juices flowing regardless of your age? For me, one of the things I realize is the best is yet to come. And whereas the quote is, in the first 50 years of your life, you seek legitimacy, and the second 50 years of your life, you seek legacy. Why is it that there's an age thing that you're defining that, hey, I'm going to seek legitimacy when I'm 30, 40, 50, and then I'll seek legacy after? Listen, I'm saying don't wait to a certain age to seek legacy. Seek it today. If you're a high school student listening in, if you're a college, if you're a young entrepreneur, if you're a gray old man or woman, seek legacy today. You don't just seek legitimacy and trying to prove yourself, although we all have done that. What I'm saying is seek legacy today, and I am so excited. Even the recent changes that I've made here at Fitness Quest 10 and in Todd Durkin Enterprises, and as we get more and more global with this podcast and the courses that we're putting out to create impact, that's what gets me up in the morning, is the best is yet to come, because I'm excited for the future. I'm excited that we're getting through this pandemic and there's light at the end of the tunnel and things are starting to open back up. Gyms are starting to open back up worldwide. Hallelujah, hallelujah, thank God. We've got restaurants opening back up, business opening back up, gyms opening back up. And as we continue to be responsible with what we need to do to make sure that we are going to continue to get back to, quote, normal. You know, one more thing, when you talk about the best is yet to come, I don't care how old you are, you always have someone that you look up to. You always have someone in your life that inspires you to be better. And I'm not sure who that is in your life. You probably have multiple people that do that for you. But for me, I look at people who are older than me. You mean like 51 or older who do that for me. Not that you have to be older to have people inspire you, because you could have people at any age inspire you. But I look at some of the mentors, role models, and people in my life, guys like Pastor Jeremiah, David Jeremiah, a guy I've trained now for over 5 years, a man who had just turned 80 years old, and he said, Todd, we got to keep moving forward. We got to be purpose-driven. I'm like, oh, Dr. J, you ain't kidding. It's a guy like that who continues to manifest amazing content and put out and impact millions of people. That fires me up. It's guys like Pastor Miles McPherson, a man that every Tuesday night we have a small group Bible study, and Pastor Miles leads that. And Pastor Miles he's driven to save, equip, and send out disciples into the world to be better men and women and children of God. And Pastor Miles teaches me how important faith is. And, you know, you talk about best is yet to come. That's one thing I've become more confident in my own skin in the last 5-10 years, and being more outspoken of my faith. It's just, this is who I am. Guys like Tony Robbins. Guys, I've looked up to Tony Robbins for 25 years. And as a young budding entrepreneur in my early 20s, I listened and watched Tony Robbins and been enthralled with the impact that he's had. He talked about impact. I mean, the millions of people that he impacts is truly incredible. I look at people like in the fitness industry, Elaine LaLanne, Jack LaLanne's wife, who's 94 years young and still continues to inspire. And then lastly, you know, I can go through a myriad of people, but my own mom, Muffy. If you haven't listened to Muffy's episodes and you want to laugh and you want to smile and you really want to find out some of the grit that I've got, comes from Muffy. My mom, who's going strong down in Orlando, Florida these days because of the amount of love that she gives. It could be in many ways, but my mom inspires me to this day because of the grit, the tenacity, the love that she provides not only to us 8 children, but to anyone that she has the opportunity to come in contact with. Think about that. Who inspires you? These are people that inspire me to be the best that I can possibly be, and that remind me this is why the best is still yet to come. I want to say thank you because here's what I'll say is this. With these 5 points, all of it's about gratitude. And my heart is so full of gratitude for people like you listening in right now in this bonus episode. I simply wanted to share and say this. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of my journey. I don't know if I'm going to die today or truly when I'm 110 years old, but I want to say thank you. And the best thing that you can do is to share this message with other people in your life today. Not waiting till next week to share an episode or to share hope and positivity and optimism. But I want to say thank you for what you do anywhere you are around the world, for listening in today, because the Impact Show exists because of people like you who are listening in. You've heard me say this. He or she who has their health has 1,000 dreams. He or she who does not has one. And whether it's my friend Dylan Ryan, who today is fighting leukemia, or my friend Joe Pangelinan, who has stage 4 lung cancer, who continues to fight for his health, or any of the thousands of people who've been impacted by ill health in the last 11, 12 months alone, what do you fight for? We fight for great health, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And we know that without our health, we have nothing. We have nothing. But with our health, we have everything. So on this birthday of mine, this 50th birthday, which of course is special like any birthday is I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me the ability to share my gifts with you. When I think about and pray about what God has given me, the eternal hope and optimism and the motivation to be a lighthouse, all across this great world of ours, I want to say thank you. My friends, on my 50th birthday, I never thought I'd be saying that because I never even put my mind that I'd be 50 someday, I'm really, really excited. Not only for today and watching the games and spending time with the family, but for the upcoming weeks, months, and years ahead for what will be created and the impact that will be created as well. Remember this, impact. Live inspired. Master your craft. Play at world class. Take action. Condition for greatness. And be tenacious. My friends, thank you for creating impact. Thank you for sharing impact. And thank you for listening to today's message. I love you guys. Please have a piece of birthday cake for me today. And then one more thing. Share today's episode and all future episodes. Continue listening in on my quest to continue to be a positive light in a world that so desperately needs it. I love you guys. And time to go spend some time with the family and have some birthday cake. Peace. God bless. And remember, train hard, eat right, live inspired, and go create impact today.